When the red lights go out, we go racing. This season about to come to a close. The championship's already decided. It's all for honor, and again, the Volvos try to explode off the line. A couple of decent starts, but it is O'Connell. Boy, did he figure that launch out, Cal.
That was perfect. Randy Post tried to elbow his way through there, but the Corvettes got up to speed really quickly and hung on to second and third. And here comes Eric Curran, trying to make it 3 Corvettes in a line astern, but Popes makes it stick, takes that 4th position back.
Is it just me that thinks that the world is finally right again? Eric Kern and Sonny Whelan are back in World Challenge in those red and white Whelan Engineering Corvettes. Great to see as they come through those S's you alluded to. Spectacular stuff in the back. Brad Adams almost dropped that left rear tire coming through in that green Voodoo entry. And here we go, up and out of this final turn. There's the 71 of Aschenbach. Right behind him is Gleason in one of those APR VWs, that sort of maroon and black colored machine. You can see them almost 3 abreast coming up into turn 6 as we hop on board with Rob Holland. And look at this move as Aschenbach slices through, and that's Gleason alongside.
You can see him there. You can see the APR VW, and he tags him a little bit. Look at this. Oh, he turns him. That's going to be impact on driver's left. Close action. Oh, look at the damage on that VW. That was a big one.
Yeah, they're carrying pretty good speed out of there, Cal, aren't they?
It's the lower speed corner, but they get up to speed quickly, Greg, as they accelerate off that corner.
Oh, and this happened earlier in the lap, and that is Brett Sandberg, and I think that was Ron Zitza in the Gia Monster. It was. So 2 incidents, separate incidents on this opening lap, and we're full course caution. Well, that's good to see. Immediately, Kevin Gleason out of the car. Everybody feigning to their right, looking at it, trying to find an opening. But O'Connell right now just carries the speed in as we hop on board and take a look with Josh Hurley. The battle for the lead in touring car as well as he's working on Povaledo. Hurley down to the inside in turn 1. He is through. Great, exactly what you were talking about, Cal. Using that draft came from a little bit further back, obviously, in the field, and was able to make it work.
Pat Long trying to put the pressure on Jimmy Sofronis. Long has clinched this championship, of course, but he wants to be the leading Porsche here today. Oh, really violent there. Switching one side of the track to the other, looking for a way through, trying to harass Jimmy into a mistake, possibly.
There, Josh Hurley now, your new leader. We watched that great pass he put on Povaledo on the restart, and look who's lurking right there in third, as always. It's Lawson Aschenbach. There's a reason they call him Awesome Lawson. The guy is absolutely relentless.
He really is. Scored his 5th win of the year at the last round to clinch the championship in fine style. But look at this. It's going to be a great battle today. 3 different marks, 3 superb drivers at the front of the touring car field right now.
And look at this. Another great battle for the lead in touring car. Looked like Povaledo was going to go for it around the outside. And boy, Hurley is in full protect mode right now, Cal.
Yeah, he really is. He's feeling the heat right now. Aaron Povaledo looking for that 4th win of the year. At his 6th pole of the year right now. Now he moves alongside down this long back straightaway. Let's see how the power stakes square up here. VW against Volvo.
And it is the Volvo just nosing ahead. That silver BMW is Carl Podel, who's running in the GTS category. Had a little problem early, and that's why he's back in the mix. Now he's going to try and make it 3 abreast down the inside of both of these guys. Can Hurley follow him through? Thought about it, couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, Podel did a nice job there because he really attacked that corner and kept the car underneath him, which was very impressive. But meanwhile, Povaledo now has gapped Hurley by a couple of car lengths. That will take the pressure off. He should have a nice lead going down into turn 1 because you can really pick up a big draft with that downhill run through turn 12. It's amazing the effect that has on the car behind.
Great onboard look there as we were watching with Eric Foss. Now, check out this battle, folks. Alec Udell, as we were talking about, teammates essentially for this weekend. Oh, and they get into each other. And Alec Udell tried to go down the inside, and Golinello just got the nudge. And Cal, obviously both of them off track. Hopefully they'll both be able to get going.
Yeah, that was total commitment on both parts there, and it just wasn't going to work. I mean, Alec was really flying down the inside, and Richard wasn't giving it up. So need a little bit of give and take there.
And O'Connell working traffic absolutely beautifully at this stage of the race, able to open it up a little bit over Mike Skeen.
Yeah, Johnny's been on top form all weekend long. I mean, this is his home track. Now he's based just down the road, of course. And he wants that 2nd place in the championship fiercely. I mean, the championship is gone. They kind of got off to a slow start in this championship year, but right now the caddy is on full song.
Having the guts to get out there and try that. But now this battle is on once again. And Long, we talked about Aschenbach being relentless. How about this?
Wow, he is piling the pressure on, flicking it from one side to the other. He is working James Sofronis over. He wants to be top Porsche here. It doesn't look like the winner's going to come his way today to add to the tally for the year of 4, but Pat Long wants to be the top running Porsche.
Well, I'll tell you, this says something about Pat Long, doesn't it? He's already clinched the championship, didn't even have to come here, and yet comes and races this hard. And Alex Figge, problems continue. That on-again, off-again program with the new Volvo for the GT division here. When it runs, it is wicked quick, but they've just had some bizarre little issues this year. And Figge, of course, halfway through the season, finally got his first start, and it's been a bit of a learning curve for him. And now they go by one of the touring car Volvos, which have run incredibly well for them as they continue this great scrap. And again, working traffic and along right there.
He is right there. He came off turn 7 a little bit closer, but I tell you what, Sofronis has a lot of straightaway speed with his Porsche. Maybe he's running a little bit less downforce in the rear wing there, but something is having some effect. He definitely seems to have a bit of an edge.
And they get through one group of traffic, but multi-class sports car wars, and you get this kind of a moment where he catches another one. Long was able to get the run, Cal, but Sofronis was right in the right spot.
He is really positioning that race car, really defending hard here. He doesn't want to give it up. Look at this, though. This is stack-up time. Pat Long has got him. He's got to the inside. Yeah, there was no way if James tried to come back on that one, there was going to be contact.
That was the definitive pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just got stacked up there. Those cars just didn't come off at turn 1 with enough exit speed for Sofronis to really reposition the car, and Pat Long was through in a flash.
There is your touring car leader, Aaron Povolato, and he has made an escape. He has got himself a handy lead right now in that beautiful Volvo C30 front-wheel drive machine at the hands of K-Pax Racing, and putting a exclamation point on a very solid season, as is Johnny O'Connell, the first season back by Cadillac since 2007 as a factory program, and he has driven a beauty.
He's done a superb job here today. I saw a little bit of smoke coming from the rear end of Mike Skeen's Corvette there coming up through turn 1, so hopefully that won't be a problem here in the final few laps for him.
Oh, but we have, that is number 31, Sonny Whelan. The Whelan Engineering Corvette is off at turn 11. That is right underneath the bridge. And, and he's collected. I think that's Randy Popst in the K-Pax GT Volvo. Everybody taking evasive, and you can see the corner workers up there waving that yellow furiously, trying to let people know that there's more happening. See if we can see what happened here, Cal.
Oh, Whelan's just a little bit wide there over the curb and just gets it turned around. Randy just basically noses into him there and obviously has some kind of damage because he is now sitting in the middle of the road. On board here with Randy Post, there you see a little bit of a tank slapper for Sonny. And then Randy had nowhere to go and looks like he then got tapped again, possibly from Sonny still spinning around.
And it left him right smack dab in the middle of the track on the downhill blind side of turn 11, and not a good place to be. So obviously they had those flags waving furiously at this point, and now we have, there's the corner yellow, but now we are full course caution, and you have to be. You just don't want to risk anybody sitting up there at 11.
Yeah, and the good news is the teams are up there on pit lane will be able to radio through to the drivers. They will have seen that incident and certainly warned the guys even before they got there and saw the flags.
And what that basically means is we are now officially on our final lap as Pope's able to limp it, get clear of there, and get down to pit lane. We will be finishing under yellow, and you're right, just for the defending and 4-time champion in Pirelli World Challenge Championships, defending in GT, a miserable season by his standards and by the teams.
Absolutely. I mean, a couple of podium finishes. I mean, Alex, his teammate, had that brilliant win at Mid-Ohio, but they've just really had one of those years they'd rather forget, regroup, and come back strong for next year.
Yeah, he said we've been finding components on the car we didn't even know existed that have been failing, stuff that just never breaks, sensors of all things that have been creating problems. So the field gathered up behind that VW Golf pace car, and that means Johnny O'Connell is going to get his second win of the season. And again, just the first year back for the Cadillac factory program, a year of development and growth, and it looks like they've come good at just the right time. And I'll tell you, that CRP program with Skeen and now Lindsay, I mean, there's some good stuff for the future here in all three classes.
I'd love to see the season start right now because, I mean, everyone's really up their game throughout the course of this championship year, and I think there's a very even playing field and lots more potential championship winners amongst the leading group in the GT class.
There is a look at Aaron Povolato. We've talked about the remarkable season he's had. You know, one of the stories is 6 poles. He got his 6th here. So obviously that car in the hands of Aaron Povolato, who I think has shown some people something this year. This kid is a star, to be sure. Really, really something. And he's going to get his 4th win. There's an onboard look from Johnny O'Connell as he comes down. And let's not forget, in that 4.6 liter engine Mustang, Eric Foss, and the drive that he has put on together with that car that's set up so beautifully at this track to get his bookend win. He won the opening round at St. Pete and wins the final round. Some pretty amazing performances here this weekend.
Absolutely. For Johnny O, the win here today, that should secure this runner-up spot in the championship. So a big year for him, coming back, moving over from the ALMS Corvette program, coming into the Caddy program. Great job by Johnny O and the team.
And there's the checkered flag, and this race is in the books. The season is in the books. Certainly, folks, we hate to see it end under a caution, but safety is always the watchword. And with Randy parked up there in that blind spot of the track, there was really no option but to do this. And so it is going to make it a relatively slow procession under the checkered flag, but nonetheless, the accomplishments, not just in this race, but in the season, have been spectacular. O'Connell gets the overall win. Skeen and his teammate Andy Pilgrim for O'Connell fill out the podium. Lindsay and Long complete the top 5. Then Safronis, Gaples, Courtney Drees, Jason Carter, Rookie of the Year. Eric Foss wins in GTS. Jason Von Kluge second. Paul Brown, your champion in third. Boss and Nick Kasayan complete the top 5. Then Rivera, Udell. And then Aaron Povolato gets the win in touring car with Hurley and Oschenbach filling out the podium. Holland and Greg Leafoge, another strong run. And you see Tristan Herbert back there, a little further back in touring car. He ends up getting Rookie of the Year in touring car. Peter Cunningham, I'll tell you about that in a second. Ben Crosland, the 18-year-old, ends up Rookie of the Year in GTS. As you take a look at the rest of the final results, unfortunately for Petey, he was hoping to get second in the championship, had an oil sensor and then an oil pressure problem, ended up in the pits, and ended up dropping to 4th.